In this short video, we want to highlight how to face the global registration of medical devices and IVDs. After this video, and better yet, in our full e-learning, you will realize that succeeding in new international markets requires a regulatory affairs strategy built on tactical expertise and organizational discipline to reproduce market success. This introduction of international market strategy is tailored more for small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, which may not have their own dedicated international sales and regulatory personnel. These are our core agenda points. We begin by discussing the selection of the best marketplace and product, followed by the choice of the registration and distribution partner. The most important phase is a solid regulatory assessment and pre-market analysis. We will briefly scan the internal and external resource needs. The goal at the end is not just to get certification in the target markets, but also to edit a project summary noting all lessons learned for the next registration. Yes, Plan, Do, Check, Act, PDCA principles are essential. You must plan your international registration with all involved stakeholders, collaboratively addressing the resource, budget, and risk. Start the registration project promptly after the gap analysis because the regulatory, product, and resource landscape changes rapidly. It is crucial to hold a final report and meeting after the typical submission and approval in the international market. This forms a registration lessons learned document, much like a design review in product development. Tracking KPIs and documenting good and bad actions ensures the process can be efficiently replicated for subsequent market entries. We assume the manufacturer is actively marketing products in other markets, and the product's feasibility with local users is well studied. The main driver is securing potential market share with appropriate revenue that yields profitability within a defined time frame. It is also valuable to know how the competitor is acting in the same market. It is critical to have a local partner with deep knowledge of the distribution and reimbursement policy. Typical market analysis methods include SWOT, PEST, and 4P analyses. In foreign markets, a reliable partner is essential due to language and network requirements. The first critical partner is the distributor who has a sound relationship with clients, such as hospitals, and has a selling history with similar or complementary products. For SMEs, the consulting partner is decisive for a smooth medical device, or IVD, registration. In many markets, it's recommended to separate the roles of distributor and regulatory partner into two mutually understanding parties. They must work together closely for adverse events, governmental tenders, and other sales activities. This short segment covers regulatory aspects when preparing for international registration. At this stage, you should already have a partner to jointly generate the regulatory gap analysis. The basic step is to study the market's legislation and classify the product model according to the country-specific rules. The classification determines the scope and complexity of the submission dossier. Foreign manufacturers should prioritize challenging tasks, such as in-country testing, which often represents the longest lead time from application to final report. Besides technical documentation, you might face a challenge with country-specific quality management system, QMS, inspection, often desk-based, in 1, 3, or 5-year cycles, even if ISO 13485 was submitted at the time of product submission. For critical markets like China, Brazil, or the US, a project management plan with an adjustable budget, timeline, and resources is essential. Here, we gain an overview of the internal and external parties involved in project planning. Supporting internal departments include regulatory affairs, quality management, clinical affairs, sales/marketing, supply chain, R&D, and project management. External outsourcing, depending on resource needs, can include a consulting company, the distributor, an applicable testing lab, and, of course, the local authority or certified body that reviews and approves the submission dossier. If you are planning for one product in many different markets, the rollout project requires continuous effort. Therefore, it is important to note all valuable lessons learned in a final report. We recommend a final gathering meeting to share experience, which can be used to reduce effort in subsequent registrations. Prior to the alpha launch, the manufacturer must organize marketing material in the local language, new product training, and finalize reimbursement details. The international life cycle never stops. It includes customer feedback, official adverse event reporting, and other post-market activities.